Hey guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. In today's video, we're going to do a summary of the dev live stream, go through all the key moments in it. Now, I'm going to do a quick little TLDR of super key moments at the start here, and then we'll go through the actual live stream, go through some timestamps, and take a look a bit more in depth. But I want to do the TLDR for those that just want the quick version. So, first of all, 3 new codes, 300 jades, a few extra little things. I'll leave them in the pinned comment and the description. You can go ahead and copy paste them. Use them in the next day or so because they only last for about a day. Moving on from that, we got the banners. Obviously, Blade is going to be the first banner and Kafka is going to be the second banner. Now, Blade is going to come with Arlen, Sushang, and Natasha. Kafka is going to come with Luca, who is the new 4-star, Sampo, and Serval. Honestly, the Kafka banner is pretty loaded for the 4-stars that you'd want to try and synergize with her, at least that I can think of at this stage in my, P-brain theory crafting. But moving on from that, we do get another login event where we get 10 free summons. We get 2 new planet ornaments and 2 new relic sets, which is really cool. We get 2 new areas and expanded story. And in those areas, we're just going to have new puzzles, new enemies. We've got new bosses. There's also going to be a new Echoes of War and new Stagnant Shadows to accommodate for Ascension materials and stuff like that for Blade and, the other materials for traces and stuff like that. So that is going to be those. We got a bunch of new events. It's similar model to the current one we have, where we have a couple smaller events and then the one bigger event where we get like a self-modeling resin, so you can choose the main stat on that crafted gear. Moving on from that, I think those are the massive things. There will be more that I'll cover, but that is like the quick TLDR for those that only want to hang around for like 2 minutes and get the big news. But there is definitely more in there, and I'm going to jump into the live stream and go through all the timestamps that I put in there, and we'll take a look in a bit more in depth. Okay, so here we are over on the live stream. I put a comment in here just with some of the key things. So the first one we're going to go is look at Luca. Now, they give us a quick description of Luca. I'm not going to go deep into his skills. He's got bleeds. He's got enhanced basic attacks. That's the basics. We'll go through him a lot more, but he looks pretty cool. Got a massive mech arm, which just looks like a hot rod type thing. I think it's like a really cool design. So that is going to be Luca. Next up, we go into the Blade banner. Like I mentioned, we got Arlen, Sushang, and Natasha. He's going to be that first banner for the update. Then we move on and we get into the Kafka banner, which has Luca, Sampo, and Serval. So that is going to be the second banner for the update. Moving on past that, we get a little peek at the new zones. So we can jump in there. You can take another look. One of them is like an underwater. This is the commission place, the Alchemy Commission. And then the other one that we will look at is going to be the, where is it? If we jump into it, it's like an underwater type zone. So let's see if this is the puzzles, dude. It's hard to click around this thing because it's so small. But you get the gist. Let's there we go. Underwaters, you get the vibes. You guys can jump in there and click these timestamps if you want to have a bit more of a look at the puzzles and stuff like that. Moving on from that, we've got the new boss. This is gonna be like the big new boss. They explained that she's sort of like she's like part destruction and part abundance. So she's gonna be a 3-phase fight and all that stuff. Honestly, I'm not too stressed. I like different mechanics, but I'm just going to wait till we actually fight her so we get like a proper vibe on how she works, and then I actually care. But we'll go through that later. Then we got events. Like I mentioned, we do have a bunch of new events. Like I said, a couple of them are just going to be those quick little easy ones that don't really give too much. And then we are going to have the other one, which if I can find it just by skipping through here, which is this one. We do get the self-modeling resin, which is obviously the big thing I like in these events, plus a ton of stellar jades as well that will probably come with it. So we don't know the exact amount, but it will be a bunch, no doubt. They did go in and mention that they will be having like a chat box function in one of these events. You will get like the bunny in the box border thing, but essentially they're creating this chat box function, expanding it. Basically, it works with the NPC chat, but also with friend chat, I believe, as well. Something that I personally don't care about. I never use chat functions, but if you do, it is coming. Moving on from that, we got the new Forgotten Hall. Now, this looks like the new base Forgotten Hall. This doesn't look like, because the base Forgotten Hall is the blue one, whereas the Memory of Chaos is the purple one. So if I'm not mistaken, this looks like we're going to get a new like baseline Forgotten Hall, which I'm hoping has the same amount of jades, because that thing had a ton of jades. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure. That's just the vibe I get by the appearance of this. And essentially all you have to do is clear stage 1 to get your free Yukong. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but you know, even if this is the Memory of Chaos and you only need to clear stage 1, that should be doable for most players who even just start in the patch. So that should be pretty fine to go ahead and pick up your free Yukong. But I think it's just going to be normal Forgotten Hall. So that would be really cool if we got like a refresh on all those Jades, because damn, it's really nice in the early days on that one. Moving on from that, we got the new planner ornaments. Okay. So these two, the first one is going to increase your crit rate, and when you reach a certain amount of crit rate, it's going to increase basic attack and skill damage. Then the second one is going to give us effect resistance, and once you hit a certain point, it's going to give all allies crit damage increase. So we don't have numbers, so we don't know how good these are, but it gives you an idea on the effect, on the sort of effect that they're going to have. Moving on from that, we have the new relics. The first one is going to be increasing max HP, and then when the wearer is hit, or their HP is consumed by an ally, including themselves, their crit rating is increased for a certain amount of turns, and it is stackable. So we've got to wait and see numbers to know, really. This one's really nice as like a easy 2-piece to slap onto anyone, which is increases speed at 2-piece, which is solid. And then when the wearer uses their ultimate on an ally, including themselves, speed for all allies is increases for a certain number of turns, but it cannot be stacked. So we got a speed based one, we got a HP based one, resistance based one, and crit based one. That's what we're looking at. We'll have to wait and see how they all work and the exact numbers of them, but we are getting those new sets. Also, these two look pretty sick, which I'm always a fan of farming for relic sets that look cool because it makes it feel good when you get drops. That's why I love farming the Quantum set. It just looks cool when it drops. Judge me if you will. Moving on from that, what else do we have? The new planner ornaments, the new relics. What else have we got? New companion missions. So we're going to have a Kafka and a Yukong companion mission. Once again, kind of like the ones we got going at the moment for Bailu. Was it Bailu, Yangqing, and Luocha? Is that who it is? I can't even remember. You guys get the gist. Just those little missions that we get to do. And then also we do have the 10 free summons coming in once again. Now, I think that pretty much covers everything that is coming, all the key points from this live stream. I'm sorry if I missed anything. If I did, let me know in the comments. But once again, pretty big update. Glad we're getting new zones. Glad we're getting a new story. Honestly, I think there's quite a lot in this one. And honestly, the thing I'm most impressed with in this update is the Kafka banner. Like, I'm pretty happy, and it's got me feeling good vibes about the idea that we should hopefully get Fu Xuan with links on her banner, because they're pretty generous in the Kafka banner, giving you the characters that, you know, have the dots that kind of synergize with her gameplay. So it's promising, but that is pretty much the complete roundup of what we've got. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.